Okay, so now we're going to flip over to the other side. And again, let's come up. This time we have to regroup a little bit because we're going to do some arms and legs simultaneously. So we're going to, first thing you're going to do is take your band and tie one end of it around your ankle. And I like it in a little knot. Now you may end up doing the ribbon dance a little bit here, but we'll figure that out in a moment. And then you want the tassel to the outside of your ankle, and you can line it up just above your ankle. All right. So it'll be like this, and then I like to check it out before I get down here because we're going to do some rainbow arms and some T arms while holding the foam roller between our ankles. Hey, no big deal. Let's see how many bloopers we get out of this one. All right, so you're going to take this and you're going to do your best to line yourself up in the middle with your feet in parallel. Again, I've got 2 little mats here. Can be very helpful with your cushion. And then you get to pick how much tension you want. So the first one, we're going to start, if I can get situated here. We've got our underneath waist lifted, and we're going to start with our arms up in a T like this, reaching your fingers to the sky, head is out and away. We're going to keep our feet flexed, and you're going to bring your waist to the floor as you lift the legs. And then you're going to lower the legs back to the ground, but keep your arm up with a little tension. Let's go again. 2. And now control it down and keep that arm up with a little tension. And again. 3. We're just going to do 5. And again, you're going to draw it up and then control it down. 1 more. Draw it up and control it down. All right, now we're going to lift it up. Our waist is reaching to the ground, and we're going to bring our arm up overhead, and then we're going to bring it back to our T. 1. Try stay in parallel the best you can. Try keep the legs lifted. 2. And 3. 2 more. And 4. 1 more. And 5. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead. Roll to our back. And you can cross whichever leg you like over the other leg. All right, let's set up for the other side. So we're going to take our band off this ankle. And we'll go ahead. And you're going to tie it around the other ankle. And then you want to test it out. Make sure it's going to stay here. Otherwise, you'll end up doing the ribbon dance, which is fine. You just have to retie it. And then let's flip over to the other side here. So we're going to have, ideally in the middle of the roller the best you can. You'll set yourself up with your little cushion, and you're trying to get yourself all in one long line. And then you're going to bring up in your T with a little resistance Doesn't have to be too much resistance, but it's nice to have a little resistance. Waist is down, hips are stacked, head is out and away. And now you're gonna exhale, lift the roller, and then inhale, control the lower. And again, 2, and control the lower. And lift that roller up. Reach out through your heels and control it down. 2 more. And control it down. 1 more. Control it down. Let's lift it back up. Stay there. Big inhale and exhale. Arm comes up overhead and back to the sky. 2 and back to the sky. 3 and back to the sky. 4 and back to the sky. 1 more. 5 and back to the sky. Lovely. All right, lower down. And let's roll to our back. And you're going to do that top ankle over the knee. Whew. All right, we're going to move on to all fours. And we're going to do what I call our doggy basque sequence. You can call it quadruped if you like. We're going to bump it up a notch today, and we'll use the roller and the band. And I'm going to stick with the soft roller right now. The firmer roller is totally fine, but we're going to stick with the soft roller. I'm going to have my cushions under my knees just to be comfortably uncomfortable. And then we're going to take our band and we're going to put it at our upper middle back. And we're going to bring it forward into our hands. And then we're going to put our hands right here on our roller. So this is going to give some resistance to all of our muscles, as well as wake up our shoulder girdle stabilizers with some balance. All right. So upper middle back is wide, head is out and away, your spine is in neutral, you've got belly to the back, back to the belly. And here we go. Reach that arm out in front of you, and now you're going to lift the arm up about as high as your shoulder, and then you're going to reach it back down and come back in. Reset if you seem to pinch those shoulders together. We want to keep them as wide as we can. And you're going to reach the other arm out and reach the arm up and reach it out and bring it in. That's 1 round. We're going to go for 5. Let's smooth it out. So reach it out and up and reach it down and bring it in and reach it out. Control it up and reach it down. Control it in. That's 2. Reach it out and up and down and bring it in and reach it out and up and down. That's 3. And reach it out, up, down, and bring it in and reach it out, up, down. That's 4. Last time. Reach it out, up, and down, and in. Other side. Out and up and down. Very nice. All right, you can release your band and then just shift yourself back into a little child's pose here. Okay, now let's come on up and we're going to do our legs. So we're going to take our band and put it around the ball of 1 foot. pretty even. And you can start with whichever leg you want. And then you're going to hold it, and you can regulate your tension by how far down you grab on the band. And we're going to go back up onto all fours, and the band is going to be around the outside of the knee. And then you're going to have one band in each hand, or one side of the band in each hand, and then your hands on the roller. All right, head is out and away, tail is out and away, belly to the back, back to the belly. We're avoiding shifting away from the band, and we want to keep the roller still. Here we go. You're going to reach the band out and lift it up about hip height. Reach the head out and away, draw it down, and bring it in. And again, let's smooth it out. Out and away. Try not to shift forward. Down, and bring it in 2. And out and away, down and in. 3, you can smile if you want. Out and away, down and in. 4, one more. Out and away, down and in. 5. All right. Let's come out of this. And now we can go back over to the other side here. So we're going to take our band. And we'll put it around the ball of your other foot. And you're going to try to even it out the best we can here. And then we'll flip back over onto all fours. And then again, you'll have the band on one side of each of the leg, and then one band in each hand. Stabilizing the roller the best we can. Head is out and away, shoulders are wide, and we're trying to lean to the opposite side as little as possible. It'll go a little bit, but you're going to try to do it as little as possible. Here we go. Reach the leg out, lift it up, put it down, and draw it in. Again, out, lift it up, put it down. That was 2. And out, lift, down. 3. And out, lift, down. One more time, here we go. And out, lift, down, and in. All right. You can let the band go a little bit and then shift back into a little bit of a child's pose. Okay. We're now going to do knee stretches with the roller and the band. And I'm going to show you a way to cushion your wrists with this little pads here. So again, you could use a towel or something like that. So we're going to have this under our hands, and you're actually going to put your hands down so that the opening in the front of your wrist is not so sharp backwards. A lot of people will drop back on their wrists, and we're going to try to keep the insides of our elbows reaching forward as opposed to turning our elbows out to the side. All right. So this is another one sort of on all fours. Then our band is going to be at our upper middle back, how it was before. And it'll be wrapped around, and we're going to put it under our hands, and that's going to be our grip where it comes out through our microphone side, like we're holding a microphone. And now our shins will be on our roller. I kept with the soft roller, If you want a deeper massage over your shins, you can use a harder roller. All right. So we're only going to roll between the ankle joint and the knee joint. Do not cross your knee. Do not cross your ankle, especially that little bump there. That's your kneecap or your patella. Do not cross over that. We need all our body parts to be nice and strong and not break on us. So we're going to go on all fours here. And we're going to take our hands so they're over the openness of the wrists, so we don't have so much pressure on our wrists. And we're going to hover our knees up. And we're just going to press the roller out and bring it in 1. Press it out. And 2. Press it out. And 3. 2 more if you can. Press it out. And 4. 1 more time. Push. And 5. Yay! Rest it down. You can move the roller out of the way. And shift back into a little child's pose. Okay. We have 1 more of these in our all 4 position. And I'm just doing 5 of everything, but you can build up to 10. If you really wanted to do 20, knock yourself out. I generally stop at 10. 5 is plenty for me today. Okay, so now we're going to take our little pillows and put it underneath our knees. And we're going to shift to a short lever plank with our hands on the roller. So we're going to keep the band at our upper middle back. And we're going to pull this back, and then again, comfortably uncomfortable. Our knees are going to be on our pillows. And then you can set yourself up with your hands out. And you can test it out before you go to make sure you're in a good spot for you. Ideally, you're going to get set up in one long line, and then you'll have your shoulders over your wrists the best you can. All right? So you want to be pretty far away, and then you decide how much tension you want here. All right, big inhale. And now as you exhale, abs up and in, shift forward, and squeeze your booty, head is out and away. The band may go slack. And then you're going to come back down. Our goal here is to keep the roller pretty still if we can. And go again, shift it forward, up and over our roller, head is out and away. 2. And now we're going to come back and shift it back. And again. 3. And shift it back. Let's go for 2 more. 4. And shift it back. And 1 more. 5. And shift it back. And come out of it and rest in your child's pose here. And you, my friend, have made it to stretch time, and so have I. Yay! All right, let's get set up for some relaxing.